here now, and if you haven't looked outside your windows, maybe go ahead and give it a peek, because chances are you could be seeing that precipitation out there. Let's go ahead and take a couple of looks in a couple of different areas. Now we have a live look at Fort Collins. When we looked at this area a few hours ago, maybe some light rain to drizzle was falling, and now you can see these big thick snowflakes falling in the area, and that's what most of us are seeing outside. Heavy thick snowflakes with these temperatures that we have near that freezing line. This is what we can expect through the rest of the afternoon. And the same goes for Boulder. It looks like the winds have picked up in this area as well, as these snowflakes are falling kind of sideways. It looks like we have lighter winds in the Denver area. This is another live look outside from our 9 News building, but still snow falling nonetheless. And you can see on the sidewalks there a little bit, the snow is really starting to pile, but in some areas like on the roads, it is still melting, of course, with all of that tire traction and things like that as you continue your commute. But a reminder, we do still have this winter storm warning in effect for Denver, north to Fort Collins, south to Colorado Springs, through Aspen, and then even in portions of southern Colorado as well, south central Colorado. So we're going to continue to be under this. It's scheduled until early Monday morning. Other areas are under a winter weather advisory. That's going to be that blue teal shaded area. And then the darker blue areas, those are areas that don't have any watches or warnings or advisories in effect. And you can see the majority of that is along the far eastern plains. Reason for that is because those areas are not expecting much, if any, snowfall. Those are the areas that are going to continue to just see rain with the slightly warmer temperatures there. And that's what we expected. None of that is a surprise. We knew along the far eastern plains that mostly rain was just going to fall. Some of those areas are seeing some lightning strikes with that rain as well. But as we take a look at our current conditions here in Denver from DIA, 32 degrees. We do have that snow falling. Winds coming in from the east-northeast at around 15 miles per hour. So just a little breezy in this area, but some areas could see those winds gusting up to 35, 45 miles per hour under that warning. So we do want to continue to watch for high winds as well as this continued snowfall. So our temperatures, again, a lot of us along the Front Range are bordering that freezing mark. Denver finally made it down to 32 degrees. We're still at 35 in Colorado Springs, 39 in Pueblo, but those areas, despite those temperatures being just barely above freezing, are seeing precipitation fall as snow. So it's hitting the ground as snow before it has a chance to melt in the slightly warmer weather. But all in all, temperatures not too bad considering all of the snowfall that we'll be seeing throughout the rest of the day. Mountain areas still mostly in the 20s and 30s as well. But let's take a look at our HD Doppler radar. This is, of course, where the big story is, where we're seeing all of the precipitation. So that low, as it makes its way closer and closer to Colorado, you can see the effects of it on the eastern side of this low pressure system, pushing all of this precipitation into Colorado along the Front Range and even the eastern plains. So we're seeing a lot of precipitation along the eastern half of the state, but that precipitation, as you can see, is pretty mixed. Some areas seeing snow, those nice big heavy fat snowflakes that we're seeing outside in Denver right now, but then some areas it looks like we could be seeing some mixed precipitation where you're seeing that pink color, maybe along I-70 between Denver and Burlington. And then as you move further east of that, that's where we do have the rain showers, even some lightning strikes, especially in the far southeastern corners of the state. As you look at the southwestern corners of the state through Durango, Telluride, we do have precipitation there as well, but that is falling as snow right now. So again, we are continuing to see that snow, and it looks like it's pushing far enough to even get north of I-70 finally. It took a little while to get there. We got a bit of a delayed start, we can admit that, but don't let that delayed start fool you. We are still expecting quite a bit of snowfall out there. As we can see from our futurecast, we'll continue to see the snow falling around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Some areas could maybe get a dry pocket here or there, especially further east of Denver, east of Pueblo, east of Trinidad, where you can see those little pockets of just cloud cover. Those areas along the eastern plains could just see on and off showers, on and off snow showers, rain showers, things like that. But all in all, this system as a whole will be in the area for quite some time. We're going to continue to see that as we continue throughout our Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. This is midnight. As we go into early Sunday morning, 6 a.m., you can see it's still in the area. Further east, still falling as snow, but over Denver and over a lot of the Front Range, or further east, still falling as rain, but over Denver and a lot of the Front Range, still falling as snow. And then that low just continues to spin its way over the area, not leaving until early Monday morning. So again, this system is bringing a lot of snow just because of how slow it's moving. This thing is just going to sit over the state over the rest of the day through the rest of the weekend, really. But because we did get that delayed start a little bit, I did adjust the snow totals. I brought them down in the Denver area just a little bit, 8 to 16 inches expected here. Then as you go further east, you can see those totals dropping. That's because, again, the rain or the snow shifting over to rain as you move further east. So maybe around Fort Morgan area, 2 to 6 inches of snowfall maybe. Then further east of that, just rain. And then if you take a look further west into the foothills, that's actually where the totals get a little bit bigger. The foothills can see those higher totals, and that's because there's a combination of the low pressure system, the storm system that's over the area, but we also have that upslope factor there that is going to help create a little bit more snowfall along the foothills. And then it starts to taper off again as you get west of the foothills, where we're seeing 8 to 16 inches of anticipated snowfall near the Frisco area. So I'm going to keep this up for a little bit just so we can continue to look into this area or look into this snow forecast, just to maybe pinpoint where you are, or maybe where you're going to be, or where you have family, or whatever area you're interested in. And these are the snow totals that we're looking at. I do also want to remind you that this is for the entire weekend. These snow totals this isn't what we're expecting just today. We're not going to have 8 to 16 inches of snowfall in Denver just today. This is total accumulated snowfall for this entire weather event, which is likely to stay until early Monday morning. So through the rest of the day, we do have these snow showers. It started off as some light drizzle this morning. Now it's looking pretty moderate to heavy as far as that snowfall finally starting to stick to the ground now that temperatures are cooling down a little bit. As we go into this evening, we'll continue to see those temperatures in the low 30s, heavier snow. It'll pick up later tonight and into our Sunday. We'll continue to see snowfall throughout our Sunday. Now, again, some areas could see some brief dry pockets, but overall, you want to prepare for a pretty wet Sunday out there. Monday, that's when we finally start to see this system moving out. So we'll see some early snowfall, and then midday to late day clearing. Those temperatures could get into the mid 40s. Tuesday and Wednesday, that's when we do have separate chances for maybe some light to isolated snow showers. But when are we expecting all of this snow to finally melt? That's not going to be until late this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's when we have a more continued stretch of sunshine and these temperatures well above freezing. We'll be in the mid to upper 40s by Thursday. Friday and Saturday is looking like that's when we can make it into the 50s. So just to recap, if maybe you're tuning in a little later, we got a bit of a delayed start this morning, but don't let that fool you. We will continue to expect continued snowfall mostly throughout the rest of the afternoon, into this evening, into Sunday, into early Monday. So the system is really just going to sit over the area, and that's where we're going to get those higher totals just because of the duration of this storm system. Now, we do finally have snow falling in Denver. The last weather check-in, we didn't have any just quite yet, but now we have that snow falling even north of Denver as well. Nice, big, heavy, wet snowflakes outside. We do also have a winter storm warning that's still in effect in the Denver metro, north to Fort Collins, south to Colorado Springs, and then portions of south central Colorado. That is in effect until Monday morning. So if you don't need to be out on the roads, if you don't need to be traveling, it is advised that you just kind of stay put this weekend. Have a nice weekend indoors, maybe look outside in the snow, play outside in the snow even, but travel along the interstates and roadways is not advised this weekend. Now, we are expecting maybe 8 to 16 inches of snowfall in the Denver metro throughout this entire system. So that's going to be by Monday morning. So I dropped those just a tad bit, not a whole lot, just a tad bit, and that's because we got a little bit of a delayed start, but not because we're not expecting this to stick around through the entire duration. We are going to continue to expect this snowfall as we go through the rest of our afternoon and really through the rest of the weekend. So I'm going to leave you with a look at our live satellite and radar, just so you can keep a better look out there of where we're seeing that snowfall. Then a little further east, of course, remember, we are just going to continue to see rain along the eastern edge of the state. Have a good one. I'll see you in our next weather update.
you.